Right, quick guide on how to edit your Heart Nebula photo. So basically you sent me your fit file there. So what I'm gonna do first, I'll use GraxFate. So if I open up GraxFate, do a graduation and a denoise, and maybe crop it in there as well. I might not crop it yet. Right, so you open up your GraxFate, load image, fit file heart, load up the image. At the bottom you've got the nose stretch, where you can just stretch it out to see what you've actually captured, which you've got the near enough the full heart there. We're just missing that left arc of the actual heart, which we're probably gonna lose. But anyway, straight away, I won't crop it yet. We'll go to the background extraction, tick display points, create grid. Right, we just turn up the point, take it to 15, create grid, a few more. Right, we're going to have to crop it, I think. So if we go for a crop, we'll try and get as much in as we can, but because the mosaic ain't finished, you've lost all this data here. So we'll just bring up the crop, keeping as much as we can. We'll take it from there. I might be able to repair that bottom bit where it's missing. So if you apply a crop, there we go. Just go back a bit and go back to the background extraction, create grid. That's better. Right, with this grid, if it looks like it's over a bit of the nebula, the squares, because it's basically only supposed to be going to the bits where there's no nebula. So like on this bit here, if you right click your mouse, it deletes the squares. So if you think it needs to be on the nebula, if it's touching the nebula, get rid of them. Like all these here are over the nebula. We don't want to lose that. So just basically clear a path around the nebula. So none of these, and if there's any bits that you think need sorting, if you left click the mouse, it adds a square. So you can add a few manually if you wanted, where it's black. I think that should do it. Got a bit of nebula there as well. We'll try that, give that a go. And then just make smoothing set at 0.2, calculate background. There we go, and then go to the denoise, set at 1, and just let it do a full denoise. Depending on how fast your PC is, could take up to a minute, maybe longer. I know it took you a few hours to stack all these frames together. So we'll come back when it's done. There we go, look at that, smoothed it out real nice. If you go back to the background extraction, get rid of the display points, you can see how it's smoothed everything out. It's a lot smoother. But unfortunately, because the mosaic ain't finished, we've got all this noise around the outside. But we can salvage most of it back, hopefully. Then you just go to save. You want to add it into Cyril. So you want a 32-bit fit file, save it in the same file you've got the original in, and save. And that's it for that. So now we shall go open up your Cyril. Put your little home folder into the folder where you're actually doing these. If you leave it on the last one that you did, it saves all the files back in the other one, and then you wonder where they've gone. So you just do it to this folder where your Heart Nebula is, so it saves anything that you're going to save in there. Open up the file, and you want the Graxpert one. Well, I'll open up the one you sent first. Do an auto stretch, bottom right, auto stretch it, and that's what you sent. Then if I open up the Graxpert one, that's the one that's denoised, and but they say that is auto stretched. It's stretching it way too much, but it's just showing you the difference. Right, if we go back to linear, what we want to do is just start bringing out the detail of this. And if you go to image processing and you go to a histogram transformation, and what you can do here, if you just widen it up a bit so you can see where the pointers are, it's got an auto stretch, which is way over. So what you can do, that brings up the lights. If you bring that left pointer across, as you can see, makes it brighter, so it's bringing the highlights up. So if we put that back to where it was, this left pointer here makes it darker. So you've just got to find, it's very finicky, a happy medium. Right, if we zoom in, you can zoom in here, make it a bit, so it's can adjust it a bit more. There we go. There we go, look at that. So up here you've got a little zoom button, you can zoom in, so the adjustment of this one is a lot more finesse instead of trying to struggle. It's still a bit fiddly. If I zoom in a bit more, there we go. Right, I'd go for about that as a happy medium there, where it's just darkening off again, so we can auto stretch out the nebula, but you're starting to get the background again. So if we actually go back to the other side and bring that one over, because I've got it zoomed in, it's really, so if I zoom back out again like that, the adjustment should be a bit bigger. I can just bring out the highlights a little bit. There we go, you can just see them getting lighter. Don't do big movements, you only want little and often. I mean, look at the middle of that now. Look how it's bringing out all the details of the clouds on the inner core. That's amazing. Never ceases to amaze me. So as it goes, I think we'll leave that at that, click apply, and it'll apply that stretch. Right, what you want to do now to bring out the nebula, go to your, I mean, even if you wanted to try and get rid of some of this noise, you could try the background extraction on this one, but I've always found the Graxpert to be better. But we'll give it a go just to see what happens. Again, if it's in the nebula, you can right click the squares and they go away. If you wanted to add some, you just left click. So if we generate, so we generated it, get rid of them, compute background, see if it makes it worse or better. Alright, so it's, if I apply it, if I go back and you can compare it, it's not actually got rid of any noise, it's actually got rid of like a green haze. So now you want to go to your you could just stretch it out a little bit before we get rid of the stars. So if you bring up your generalised hyperbolic, just stretch it out a bit, and then you've got your symmetry point here that you can bring back down to bring back the darker, and as you can see already, it's even bringing out more of the nebula. I mean, look at that. The inner core then, if I just take it down and then just stretch it out a bit more, the detail it's bringing out, look at that. Amazing. The symmetry point, just bring that up just to bring back the black's background. But I mean, look at the detail in that now. That is amazing. I can click apply on that, I think, and then it's just sort of bringing out the noise on the edges again. So if we actually go to your star processing, star net removal, take a pre-stretched linear image and then execute, and that will get rid of the stars for us, so we can stretch out the nebula without affecting the background. There we go. As you can see, it still brought the noise through, but here we can just stretch it out again. Generalised hyperbolic stretch. Can start stretching even more detail out there. Just bring the symmetry point up a bit, just to bring the background back in. Click apply. You can bring the background back a bit there. You don't want to do that much. The noise we can't do now with yet. Apply. We'll go for a bit of colour saturation just to bring out the colour of the nebula. Just bring that up a bit, not too much, as you start to lose detail. So we can do that. Click apply. Just stretch it out again a little bit more. Go back to your hyperbolic and just stretch it out. Just don't go too far. Bring back your symmetry point. Try and find the happy medium, or the one you're happy with. I'd go for about that. Bring the stretch down a bit. And that'll do for now. Click apply. Just another bit more colour, just to bring out the red. There we go. Click apply. Top right, you've got the save button. Make sure you click save, else you'll lose all that when you try and add them back together. Just remember to save it. That's saved. Now if we open up the Grax Spare star mask, there, it'll bring up the stars. They don't look too bad. All the noises on the main stretched image. So we'll bring them back together and see what it looks like. So go back to your star recomposition. So you browse that to your starless Graxite. Where is it? That one. Yeah, starless, which brings up the one you've already stretched. Browse that one to your star mask, brings the stars back in. Right. So now we can bring up the black point. There you see, it starts bringing out it's bringing in the black background again. If you start losing the detail of the nebula, you can stretch that back out a bit again if you want, just a little bit. The stars, you can stretch them out, but you don't want them real busy. You just want them, you don't want them overpowering the. If you bring out the black again, that'll sort that out. Symmetry point, see what that does. That's fine. symmetry point of the, there we go, it'll just bring in. But as I say, because they haven't finished, you've lost all this detail here. A bit annoying. Some of it we can get back. Just bring the stretch down a bit. I think that'll do. Click apply, apply. We can close that. Just try a median filter. That can just make a slight little, there we go, a little difference. Right, yeah. That's as far as we're going to get with that in Cyril. So again, top right, if you go to save, do it to a TIFF file. Just save it in the same folder you've saved all the others. And that's your TIFF file saved. And then what we're going to do now, right, what we're going to do now is open up your AstroSharp. For some reason mine never opens up first time. There we go, it's blocked. Try it again, just double click till it opens. Right, so when it's open, browse it to your TIFF file you've just saved. That one. Full image. There we go. Alright, what you've got here is a load of preset models. I've always found the first bit, it depends, but I save each one at a time and then just compare them and then pick the best one. So what we'll do is click first beta first, update sliders, it'll come down here with a progress bar, you don't have to adjust nothing else. There we go, it comes up with a little bar, but it'll come up on the right when it's finished it. It'll take a few minutes, but again, depending on your PC, it may take a lot longer. Yeah, you ready? There it goes, that's come up now. Download process file, that was the first beta, so I'll just call it, I'll go into the folder where we're doing it from, hang on, just bear with me. And we'll call it first beta. Save that one. Go to second beta, update sliders. It'll do the same thing again. It'll come up with a progress bar at the bottom there. As I say, it may take a while with your PC. It's just taking a while. There we go. Yeah, that looks that even just looking at that, it looks worse. But we'll save it as second beta. Second beta. And then we'll go try the Astro Clean. I'll click my multi-core. See how long it takes. As I say, it won't actually do the progress bar, but it should do it a bit quicker, I hope. This is the Astro Clean one. Again, download Astro Clean and just name it Astro Clean or Astro. Do it as Astro Clean and I can compare them. I'll do one more. We'll go for a PSF model thing, pre-model. PSF meter. Save that. There we go. And then we'll have a look at them and see what we think. Right, so we've got the photos and we've done them through AstroSharp, and it's just to pick the best one that you like. So if we look at them all, that's the first beta one, second beta, but 50% less aggressive. Right, so that's your second beta. Astro Clean, PSF beta, unsaved. Right, pick the best one. I'd go for the Astro Clean one. So if we actually open the Astro, the one you like the best, open it in Photoshop. And just what I need to do in Photoshop, we just zoom out a bit. There we go. Right, is to try and fix all this noise on the outside. Really, ideally, you need it to complete. Because it ain't, what we can do is just use the clone tool, make the brush a bit bigger, and you can just clone in parts of the sky from one part just to cover that, just to get rid of all the noise, just to fix it. To use your clone tool, you just select your clone tool there, the brush size you want, and when you're actually on the picture on a PC, you click as you select what you want, you push down Alt, ALT, like that, and it'll select the area. Press the mouse button once and then it'll select it there, and you just clone in where you want it to go, like that. So you select the dark sky. Oh, pinched a bit of the nebula there we go, and it's just as simple as just cloning in other bits of sky. Nobody will notice, but it'll fix all the noise that you've got. So I just clone it in like that. If you wanted to bring that nebula out a bit, you can, just by cloning it again, just to bring it round. Same with this one, and you can just fool people into think it's coming round. Could even bring it up the edge there, like that. Same again, just to complete the image. Doesn't have to be perfect. As I say, we're just trying to fix the actual where the noise is. Again, just select a bit of the starry sky and just clone it over the noise. Nobody will know. There we go, like that. Just get rid of the noise. Same with that top corner there. Just bring it up a little bit, just to, there we go, the noise is gone. The rest of the actual picture looks okay. Maybe got a little bit of noise down there, just needs touching up. Do it as best you can. I'd be quite happy with that. So now if we save it again as Astro Clean, just put PS Photoshop like that, leave it as a TIFF for now, so we can close that down. So Astro Clean PS, so you can see the one with all the noise and then the photoshopped one. Hang on, I've lost it. Oh god. Right, there we go. I mean, you can take a bit more care if you wanted. I've just basically just cloned it across to get rid of the noise. And now we can open that up in Lightroom. There we go, import that into Lightroom, which is that one there. And just do, if you want, just a few final adjustments. There we go, just bring in the contrast a bit. Highlights down a bit, which it enhances the nebula clouds. Clarity will bring the stars in, but you don't want to be too busy with the stars. There we go, about there, dehaze. Again, just mess about with the settings till you think it looks okay. That's about right for there. Saturation, you can bring that up a bit if you wanted. Just bring it down a bit to be fair. Don't want it overpowering. I can bring in a bit of sharpness if you wanted. There we go, bring in a bit of sharpness and then just take a bit of the noise down. Smooths everything out. I think that looks okay for now. Yeah, that looks okay to me. And just export it. Choose the folder where you're going to save it, which is the hard fit file, and we'll save it in there. Put it in a subfolder called use. I'll take my watermark off for now. Export. And that's your adjustments done in Lightroom. Go to the folder where you've saved it. There we go. And then all I do in I re-add it back to Photoshop. And I bought the Star Filter Pro, I paid for it. And all that does is add the spikes to the stars for you. You could actually do a few more settings in here if you wanted, but if anything I'd maybe just add a bit of blur, nothing much. That looks fine to me, but I actually bought Star Filter Pro 4, which when you load that up you can add the spikes. If I actually go way over the top like that, I mean, it looks stupid when they're that bright. You just found a happy medium like that. Change the intensity. All it is just adding spikes to your stars. You can change all the settings, the colours, everything. If you wanted to add a couple more, like up here at the top, just double click it. If you just wanted to add a couple more stars in there, just to give it a bit of bling. There we go. Turn the down a bit so it's not overpowering. And this is just the little add-on I paid for. There we go. Let me get a bit of a star coming out of there. Give it a bit of a red glow. There we go. I think that'll do. Accept edit. There we go. I don't want to be overpowering. Just a couple of blingy stars. There we go. There we go. Bring the intensity down a smidge. Let's see what that looks like. Click OK. Just zoom out a bit. There we go. The Heart Nebula. Export it. As a JPEG, full quality. Put it in the use folder. Save. Right. Astro Clean with stars. Save it as that. And that's basically it. And just do it as you want to do it. So it will be a lot better when you do the full mosaic and you don't get all that noise. So I've just had to bodge that little bit from where the noise was. Easy as that. So we've gone basically from that you sent me to that one, just to show you all the detail you can bring out with it, the actual nebula. Oops. There we go, from that to that.